Hello. Now we will continue about the same topic about the therapeutic communication, with starting with the types of communication. At the last classes, we have seen about the introduction, definition, client's rights, and what are the good qualities of a communicator, therapeutic communication process. Okay. Now we will check about the types of communication, what exactly types of communication is there, and how we have to perform that. Okay. So first one is the non-verbal communication. Non-verbal means you are using your observing skill. Okay, is what observe and send. Okay, is more often than verbal communication includes your paralanguage, your kinesis, your proxemics, your touch, and your cultural facts. Okay, so when we are talking about the paralanguage, paralanguage basically consists of your tone of voice, stream of talk. For example, in the paralanguage, it says the tone of voice means if I am using high pitch sound means, for example, if I shout on you, how will you dare to do these things? This is my tone of voice. This is the what happens. My tone of voice increase. By the time I talk, you will very softly. Oh, students, very good. You have done very well. So that time, what happened? My tone of voice has changed to a soft one. Then the stream of talk. How I am talking about anything. Okay, is that going the flow or not? Okay, that is comes under your stream of talk. Next topic is kinesis in the non-verbal communication. That is all body language and facial movement. For example, in a body language, we may say that someone is habit of moving his or her legs while talking to someone and in a sitting position. It is a body language. Okay. Sometimes we have seen that someone used to sit in a very leaning position, very loose. That is the body language of an individual. Okay. Next we will talk that is a proxemics. The distance between sender and the receiver is the proxemics. And the touch, how someone talks to you. When you say about the sexual harassment or unintentional touch, so someone is talking to you with a good with the not having good intention for you. If a girl, sometimes girls face in their workplace or in a public place too, the unidentified person used to touch in a very bad manner. Okay, that is the therapeutic communication, non-verbal communication form of the communication process. Okay, then in the non-verbal communication, we will see that cultural facts. The person dressed and makeup. How person is dressed. His or is he or she has dressed well dressed, party wear, wearing a short dress. So it is a describe about the cultural background. For example, if you see in the market or community, people of Muslim community used to wear a burqa, or female used to wear a burqa. That is the cultural identity. Okay, so that is the cultural identity of a non-verbal communication of an individual. Next we will go for the verbal communication process, is what is said and heard. Okay, in the non-verbal we have seen that it is observed process and sent, and in the verbal communication we have seen that it is what is said, how I said to you, and heard, how you heard the content or message of an individual. Okay, it is that the content of the communication. So in the verbal communication, what exactly we need? Use an appropriate tone of voice, give a verbal encouragement, ask question, paraphrase, and seek clarification. You have to use a proper tone of voice while dealing with anyone in the your life. Okay, give verbal encouragement, ask question. If you are having any doubt, ask to them. Give paraphrases. What are the paraphrases? These paraphrases helps in identify the other examples on the communication process. Next, communication techniques and skills. What are the communication techniques? First one is the talking technique. So questioning and general leads. Make a broad opening statements, paraphrase, rewards and summarize what has been said. Reflect feelings, restate and repeat the client's statement, clarify and focus and refocus. That is a technique. What we make a broad statements. We used to discuss very lots in when we are talking using. When the general questionings are there, we reflect our feelings too while talking to someone. We repeat the statement many times, and they used to clarify too in their talking techniques. For example, if you come you're talking to with your friends, what happens if you say that some of your friends said that your friend Ronit has got married, you may ask again, what happened? Ronit has got married? You are clarifying, okay? And then your my friend may repeat that yes, Ronit has got married. So repeating the client statement is there. In the same way, what we used to do in the therapeutic process, we make a broad opening statements. What if the patient says that he is having a problem related to not sharing his or her problem with the family members, we can ask further more questions, why he or she is not sharing his problems with the family members. That is the opening questions. More broad statement, broad questions are given. Then the statements may reflect the feelings. The patient may say that my family members don't cooperate with me. Is the patient's feelings regarding the situation. Restate and repeating of the client's statement. Okay, your family member doesn't cooperate with you. You are restating the statement of the client and repeating the client statement. Okay, and clarifying how you will clarify. You will ask, repeat the question and why is it is happening with you, and you focus on that thing. That is your part in the therapeutic process. That is the first part of the talking technique. Okay, in the non-talking technique, that is the feedback form. Active listening, focus, reflect, drawing out, acceptance and silence. Okay, then what are the tools of effective communication? So tools of effective communications are communication skills, effective verbal and non-verbal communication. Active listening must be there, questioning should be there, use of simple language, reflecting feelings, paraphrasing and silence. Okay, what are the factors affecting your communication? So your personality, both of sender and receiver, is very important thing. Your strength and your weakness, skills, values, perception, background, experience will all affect your communication process. The environment in which communication has occurred. Okay, this is also a most important thing. So next, see the characteristics of successful communications process. So successfully communication, when the person is feeling understood, these following results depend on honesty, the patient will feel appropriateness, efficiency and flexibility. So phases of nurse-patient relationship should be initiation. First phase is the orientation. You orientate with your stranger patient, with the communicating them, introducing yourself is your initiation phase. Then the second phase is the continuation, your active working phase. Then termination and clouding phase. Okay, that is your third phase of the patient interaction. Okay, then let's see the difference between a social and professional relationship. What is a professional relationship? Where we concern about the patient regardless of their gender and religion and race. Whereas the social relationship is the primarily relationship with the pleasure comparison. Okay, then the what professional relationship is requires the help for the person, scientific knowledge is required, special skill is required, and then in the social relationship it doesn't require any form of responsibility for the help for others. So in the professional you will find that there is an intention of dealing the others problem, and there is a no intention in the social relationship. You just talk to someone but you don't have intention to solving his or her problem. Then identifying the purposeful relation towards the therapeutic process, and goal is more and less. What is the goal behind? There is no goal behind that communication between the social interaction. Relation should be a may entail the personal matters problem and the patterns of serious and personal affairs. Then time limited is there in the professional relationship, and in social relationship there is a unlimited time. So these are all about your therapeutic communication, and if you're having any doubt you can share and talk. Thank you.